2025 was a very strange year. I gotta admit that the year went pretty much nothing like what I had in mind. I had ideas in my head of how the year could potentially go, and pretty much already at the start of the year, all of those ideas completely flew out the window. I realize this isn't a video like I would normally make. This is gonna be a very different style, but I hope you still give it a shot. Because basically, this is all this video was gonna be. It's just gonna be me talking about how the year went for me as a content creator with some CS2 gameplay in the background. Occasionally switching back to my camera for some key moments so you can see my face and see the expressions that I'm making because emotion or something like that. 2025 was very different for me for one main reason. It was the first year that I spent as a full-on Counter-Strike only content creator. For those of you that have been around my channel since like a billion years, you know that I used to be a variety channel way back in the day. I would make videos on pretty much whatever game I wanted to play. And around October 2024 was when I decided to pull the plug on that and go fully into Counter-Strike. Now, what exactly persuaded me to make this decision? Because I do still love making videos about other games, and honestly, if I had more free time, I would keep doing it on my second channel. Unfortunately, that's been kind of dead for a while. The biggest reason why I decided to make the switch was because I remember editing a variety video for the main channel, and all that was going through my head was, man, I really want to go and play Counter-Strike. That's all that was going through my head, and that's bad. If you're making a video about a specific game and all you can think about is to go play this other game, that's bad. And then, just to add the icing on top of the cake, I released a specific video talking about a packet loss issue that Counter-Strike was having at the time. This video very quickly became one of my best performing videos ever, because apparently everyone else was running into the exact same problem. Around this time, I was talking to a lot of my friends, debating on if I should just start making videos about Counter-Strike and drop everything else, or if I should keep my channel true to what it used to be. After this video did as well as it did, that's when I decided to make the switch. I started making videos about pretty much only Counter-Strike. I dropped everything else, and honestly, it was a great decision to make. Because in my free time, I was already playing almost nothing but CS. There was very few other games that I was playing around that. Even now, the only games that I actually play right now are Counter-Strike, sometimes Minecraft Bed Wars, but that's because I played with my friend and we've been playing together for many years, and it's just a tradition of ours at this point. And then occasionally some like single player game whenever I feel like playing anything different. Even right now, if you go to my Steam profile, it'll probably say that I played something among the lines of like 40, maybe 50 hours of Counter-Strike in the past 2 weeks. Even in my Steam replay, although this is the 2024 Steam replay, it shows Counter-Strike being the game that I played 81% of the time in 2024, with the next most played game being Subnautica at 3%. Just take that in for a second. That's the difference in those two games. That's how much CS I play. Another reason I decided to move into Counter-Strike content is because, if I'm being completely honest, it kind of isn't possible anymore to make variety content properly on YouTube, mostly because the algorithm just doesn't support it. I would say if you still want to make it work, your best shot will probably be to do it somewhere else first. I'm talking like TikTok or something, through short form videos, and then try to get those people over to your long form videos. I also started making my montages in 2025, with the first one being released right at the start of the year, called 400 Hz Peak. I was very nervous releasing this video because I had actually already sat on this montage for a good month or two, and I just didn't know how to release it. So then what I decided to do was, when I bought my 400 Hz monitor, I added some additional clips to the montage, put a little segment at the beginning of me actually building the thing and like connecting it and everything, and then released the video, and it performed great, which was super cool to see. I started making other videos. I started making videos about just solo games of me playing Face It and performing well, so I make a video out of it because that's what people do on this platform. I started doing watch parties where I watched the grand finals of whatever event was going on at the time. That didn't really perform so well, so I decided to only do watch parties for the major grand finals and not for like regular events. I do hope that one day I can get to the point where I can obtain actual streaming rights for these events, but I have a feeling that's not gonna happen for a while, simply because I just don't have enough clout, because unfortunately that's how these companies work. And honestly, at the start of the year, that's mostly what I was doing. I was making videos about just me playing the game and making a video out of me performing well in a Face It game. I was making montage content and then other videos sprinkled in between there. For example, the video where I talked about Counter-Strike cheaters for the first time, and my April Fool's video about CS2 Overwatch, which ended up becoming an actual series. Another thing that I did in 2025 for the first time, and I'm super happy that I did, was playing in the ESEA League. I'm sure many of you have found my channel through my ESEA video because it performed very well, and I'm glad that a lot of of you enjoyed that video. I wish that I could make more videos like that. The reason I didn't is because they just take so much time that honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. It would slow down my upload schedule by a lot, and I already don't upload that often. Right now, I'm uploading like once a week because I need to write the script. I need to record all the cinematic footage and all that kind of stuff, edit all of that down. That alone takes me like a good few days, maybe even a week of work, depending on how much time I have to do it. Because also, for some reason, and I have no idea how this is even a question, but some people actually think that I do this as a full-time, like, job. No, I don't. I don't understand how this is even under question, considering, I mean, I'll just show you my revenue right now on YouTube. This month, so the past 28 days as of me recording this, which is the 27th of December, I have made €2.89 from YouTube ad revenue, which is clearly enough to live off of, right? So no, I don't do YouTube full-time. I do YouTube whenever I have time to do YouTube. I'm a freelance video editor who works from home, and I make great money from it. But that also has its downsides, because at the start of 2025, I made a very big decision in my life. Actually, two very big decisions. The first one was I left my apartment. If you guys remember, if you were watching the channel at the start of the year, you remember I had the different background, the one with like the bluish walls. And then the background suddenly changed into what it is now. That's because I moved back in with my parents, who actually moved back into the country. Long story short, when I was still at my apartment, I was very, very sick. My parents were in the country to celebrate Christmas, and around that time, I came to be with them because, well, first of all, I was sick, and second of all, family. We then discussed the possibility of me moving back in with them and living with them, basically, and eventually I decided to agree. Another reason why I went for this agreement is because at the start of the year, I actually quit college. I have been going to college since 2021 and decided to drop out. The reason I made this decision is because I am very unsatisfied with the way that the course that I want to study is being treated in this country. I study film, which basically means that I study everything that's related to how you make a movie, how you make a good-looking shot, how you write a script, everything that has to do with that. Now, one thing I didn't really think about, and I don't think anyone thought of this, I live in the Netherlands. The Netherlands have never, ever produced a good movie internationally. The best performing movie slash show that was ever created in the Netherlands is called The Tatas, which was released in 2022 and has a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. That is the highest bar that my country is capable of. So eventually, I just had enough. I dropped out of college and decided to sit on it for a while and figure out what I want to do next in life. The downside of this kind of broke any rhythm or pattern that my life had, because I have no obligations anymore. The only obligations that are left in my life as of right now are monetary obligations, which basically just means paying money for whatever money needs to be paid for. But I have no obligations in the sense of I need to be anywhere at any kind of time. I'm free to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And that has a good and a bad side to it. The good side is that yes, it is a load of freedom, which is great to have in this moment of my life. The bad part of it is that I have no structure. I'm going to be completely honest with you today. The day that I'm recording this, which again is the 27th of December, I got out of bed at 3 p.m. You want to know why I got out of bed at 3 p.m.? Because I spent all night playing Dispatch. I beat the whole game in one sitting. It was like 8 hours or something. Because of this, I only went to bed at like 4 a.m. or something and woke up at like 3 p.m. I don't know how that happened because that's like 11 hours of sleep, but that's just the winter for you. Now, with my channel being a full Counter-Strike channel since late 2024 / the start of 2025, another reason why I think it was a good decision to make is because I'm going to be completely honest, it was very hard to pull views as a variety content creator towards the end of it. Just because almost the only things that I had left to actually make videos on were either indie horror games or internet drama. Neither of which I really wanted to do, to be honest. After having made the switch to Counter-Strike and kind of stabilizing myself in it, the channel has been performing honestly better than ever. I started uploading like YouTube shorts and TikToks of like clips where I get like, you know, a good clip from something, and some of them have done really, really well. Before, I also mentioned that this year I started playing in the ESEA League, and I am honestly very glad I did. It's genuinely what I want out of Counter-Strike, is that team play experience. It is so much fun, even if the results haven't been the best. Even to my own standard, I think that my own performance in ESEA has been, I wouldn't say it's been bad, but I think I'm capable of a lot more than I've showed. Now, some good news that I do have for you is that speaking of ESEA and my own team Snapdragons, it's coming back. I will have more news for you on that very, very soon, but just so you know, it's coming back. Overall, I am very satisfied with the way this year went. I learned a ton about how to actually make better videos, how to make better thumbnails, basically everything that has to do with content creation. I would like to think that I have improved at. Whether I have improved enough for how much effort and how much time I put into it, that's kind of up for debate. Another thing I want to mention is we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. We're literally less than 50 subs away. Now, surely 2,000 subs must mean that I'm gonna do something special for it, and don't worry, I will. Just stay tuned. Now, there are some other things that I want to discuss that happened in 2025, but I feel like they aren't really appropriate to talk about on the main channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second part of this discussion, which I'm going to upload on my second channel. If you're interested in watching that, link will be at the top of the description. And of course, if you don't want to watch it, no one's forcing you to. I hope everyone's had a good year. I hope everyone has achieved the things that they've wanted to this year. And until next time, peace.